flow issues. She can't afford to retire, can she, and see out her days in leisure. Is there still a chance that she could do a tell-all book, Fergie, My Story, and make millions?
I think there's every chance, because her children's books have been stripped from the shelves. They're due to be out.
Another quiet evening at Buckingham Palace was shattered the moment a new set of whispers began spreading through the corridors, whispers that sent aides scrambling, phones buzzing, and senior courtiers demanding immediate briefings. Not because of Prince Harry, not because of Meghan Markle's latest Hollywood reinvention attempt, and not because of Andrew's ongoing disasters. This time, the threat is far older, far closer, and far more dangerous. Sarah Ferguson, the unpredictable, scandal-tempered Duchess of York, has reportedly been preparing to release something so explosive, so unfiltered, and so potentially harmful to the monarchy that palace insiders are calling it the most dangerous royal bombshell since Megxit. And the reason the palace is panicking is simple. Fergie knows everything. She was there long before Meghan Markle arrived. She watched the Windsor machine from the inside. She lived, breathed, and suffered under its pressure. She saw what the cameras never captured. And unlike Meghan, who limits her revelations to carefully staged interviews and sympathetic film crews, Fergie doesn't do strategy. She does truth, or at least her version of it. The question haunting the monarchy is, what version is she about to tell? Because if the rumors are true, Sarah Ferguson isn't just ready to talk, she's ready to expose, and this time nobody is safe.
Sarah Ferguson, the Duchess of York, has been dropped from several charities after a leaked email showed her apologising to disgraced financier Jeffrey Epstein.
Well, Sarah, the bombshell email was reportedly sent to Jeffrey Epstein in 2011 and shows Sarah Ferguson apologising for linking him to pedophilia.
The story begins months ago when Sarah Ferguson quietly began removing her Duchess title from her social media profiles. A subtle shift, barely noticeable, yet significant enough to trigger whispers among royal watchers. Then came the steady stream of charities distancing themselves from her. Next, the bombshell decision to evict Prince Andrew from Royal Lodge, followed by the revelation that Fergie herself had been asked to leave. The woman who once lived in Windsor's inner orbit suddenly found herself with no title, no official residence, no royal role, and no reason to remain silent. As one senior royal aide reportedly said, Sarah has reached the point where she has been pushed out of everything. A woman with nothing left to lose is the monarchy's worst nightmare.
Along with Virginia's allegation of trafficking, Andrew Lowney, who has written the royals' unauthorised biography, claims to have laid bare other potential crimes, almost all driven by Andrew's hunger for cash.
Ever since Andrew's fall from grace, Fergie has been caught in the same storm. Criticized, questioned, dragged into scandals she never directly caused, and slowly erased from public royal life. But privately, she has been planning, observing, gathering her thoughts, and most dangerously, writing. The moment word leaked that Fergie was back at her desk working on a personal project, palace insiders went into full damage control mode. She has written books before, fiction, lifestyle, children's stories, self-help memoirs, but this time feels different. This time, she isn't softening anything. A publishing insider told a UK magazine, Sarah's tone has changed. This isn't a self-love book or an autobiographical fairy tale. This one is raw. She wants to tell the truth about everything, and when she says everything, she means decades. Decades of royal secrets. Secrets about Andrew, secrets about Charles, secrets about her own scandals, and yes, secrets about Meghan Markle.
What's next for Sarah Ferguson and the girls? After the bombshell announcement that the king had stripped Andrew of his remaining titles and took the unprecedented step of de-princing him, many have asked what will happen to his girls.
For years, Fergie has been a quiet observer of the Meghan saga. She saw the friction, she saw the meltdowns, she saw the cultural clashes, the private arguments, the moments when the monarchy held its breath as Meghan challenged centuries of protocol. She even attempted to support Meghan during the early days, famously sharing a message of encouragement after the Oprah interview. But behind the scenes, those who know Fergie claim her private opinion was far more complicated. A longtime friend reportedly told a journalist, Sarah was sympathetic to Meghan as a woman, but shocked by how she handled the royal system. She once said Meghan wanted the rewards of royalty without any of the restraint. Imagine those words appearing in a tell-all book. Imagine Fergie detailing private moments she witnessed, conversations Meghan had, frustrations she expressed, demands she made, the exact way she clashed with staff and family members. It would be devastating for the Sussex brand. A royal commentator even warned, if Sarah goes public with what she saw of Meghan behind closed doors, it won't just damage Meghan, it will expose contradictions in the entire monarchy. And that's why the palace isn't simply nervous, they're terrified, because Meghan and Harry's attacks on the monarchy can be dismissed as emotional. But Fergie's attacks come from longevity, experience, first-hand observation, a woman who lived the life Meghan briefly tasted and quickly rejected. Her perspective is not that of an outsider, she is the ultimate insider turned outcast. And that voice carries weight.
Is that it then? For Fergie, do you think? Is that the last that we will see of her in public life, at least?
Well, no, I think never say never with Fergie. She's a great survivor. She will quietly do things under the radar. I mean, there are plenty of people, particularly in places like China and the Middle East, who are quite happy to associate with her still.
One palace source reportedly described the crisis brewing behind the scenes. We can withstand Meghan. We can withstand Harry, but Sarah is dangerous. She knows our cracks, and she doesn't just know them. She lived them. The scandals surrounding Andrew alone could fill an entire series. From the Epstein emails to the questionable financial deals to the private negotiations for settlements and titles, Fergie was by Andrew's side through all of it. If she includes those details in her project, it could reignite media scrutiny the palace has worked desperately to bury. More than one insider is reportedly begging Charles to intervene before Fergie goes too far. But he can't, not anymore. Because Sarah Ferguson is no longer under the monarchy's control. She has no royal residence to protect, no title to lose, no public role to cling to. She is an independent woman, and independent women in the royal orbit have a long history of detonating landmines. And then there's the money factor. Publishers know exactly what sells: royal secrets, hidden scandals, private meltdowns, and Meghan Markle drama. One New York editor told an industry blog, "A book that ties Fergie's story to Meghan's chaos and Andrew's scandals would be a publishing goldmine." So what's stopping her? According to those close to Fergie, absolutely nothing.
It's been a steady but sustained stream of charities who've removed Sarah Ferguson or publicly distanced themselves from her. There's now 6 in total. The Duchess of York was last publicly seen a week ago going to the funeral of the Duchess of Kent here with her ex-husband Prince Andrew.
Reports suggest she has already taken meetings with American publishers who offer far more creative freedom than their British counterparts. Some claim she is developing a documentary pitch. Others insist she is preparing a memoir unlike anything she has ever written before. Word has even leaked that she may be preparing to leave the UK entirely, relocating to Europe or the Middle East, where she still has influential connections and fewer restrictions. If she leaves Britain, the monarchy loses its last thread of leverage, and Fergie knows that. A former royal staffer said, "Sarah feels betrayed by how the palace handled Andrew's downfall and her own exile. She thinks telling her story is justice, but this isn't just about Andrew, this isn't just about herself. And it isn't just about Meghan, this is about power, pain, rebellion, and a reckoning decades in the making. Because if Sarah Ferguson finally speaks her truth, unfiltered, unapologetic, and uncensored, she could shatter the last illusion of unity at the heart of the monarchy. And palace insiders know it. One reportedly said, if she opens up, she won't stop. It will be everything from the York daughters to Andrew's deals, to Meghan's clashes, to Charles's temper. What Fergie releases could pull the curtain back on the monarchy's carefully constructed image, exposing the family's private fractures to the world. But the real question isn't what she will reveal. It's why now? Why has Sarah Ferguson chosen this moment of all times to strike? Some believe it's personal revenge. Some say it's financial survival. Others whisper it's emotional release after years of silence. But a growing number believe something darker. Sarah Ferguson wants her legacy back. She doesn't want to be remembered as Andrew's embarrassing ex-wife. She doesn't want to be the scapegoat for royal scandals. She doesn't want to be a footnote in the Meghan and Harry era. She wants to reclaim her story, and she's willing to burn bridges to do it. Because at this stage of her life, Fergie has realized something Meghan discovered early on. The monarchy only protects you when you are useful. And once you stop being useful, you're on your own. That realization is the spark behind this looming firestorm. Sarah Ferguson is no longer trying to fit in. She's trying to break free.
This week or next week, I think. That was her latest money-making scheme, another set of children's books. Obviously, they're not going to come out now, so I think she'll write another autobiography. The problem is she's done many of those. She's done many Oprahs. There's nothing really we don't know about Fergie. You know, she's pretty an open book.
The palace is reportedly bracing for impact. Crisis teams have been briefed, communication lines tightened, senior officials warned to expect a volatile and unpredictable media cycle in the coming weeks. And the central question remains: what exactly is Sarah Ferguson planning to reveal? Will she expose Andrew's darkest secrets? Will she confirm the palace's private frustrations with Meghan Markle? Will she reveal the Queen's last unspoken wishes? Will she reveal the conversations that happened during Megxit? Will she share the private arguments, the tears, the late-night phone calls, the palace meltdowns? Or is this something even bigger? Some insiders fear Fergie may expose the monarchy's financial skeletons, the deals, the donors, the pressure points. Others claim she has documentation the palace assumed she had destroyed decades ago. And a few even believe Fergie may be preparing a narrative that shifts public sympathy entirely in her favor. Whatever it is, one thing is certain. The monarchy doesn't fear Sarah's creativity. They fear her memory, because she remembers everything. And she has finally realized the power of telling it. Now the world waits. Is this the beginning of the end for the House of York? Is this the next scandal that will push King Charles's reign into full crisis mode? Is this the moment Meghan Markle re-enters the royal narrative, whether she wants to or not? The storm is forming, the palace is trembling, and Sarah Ferguson is holding the match.
And she describes him as a supreme friend to her, but a spokesperson for the Duchess of York claims she only sent the note because Jeffrey Epstein was threatening to sue her for defamation. At least 6 charities have now cut ties with Sarah Ferguson, including one she has been a patron of.
Now, I want to hear from you. 1. Do you think Fergie will truly expose everything she knows? Or is this just a warning shot at the palace? 2. And if she does release this bombshell, who suffers the most? Andrew, Meghan, or the monarchy itself? Drop your thoughts below. The comment section is about to get chaotic.